Some exciting news has come out of Netflix through their Netflix Anime YouTube channel that I think is going to change possibly the future of anime through Netflix itself. So if that has your interest, definitely stick with us as we jump right into it. Yeah, the announcement is that Blue Period, a series that they have licensed for next season or in the fall season, is actually going to release on a weekly basis worldwide outside of Japan. Now, it's going to begin on October 9th. And this is a huge change. Now, granted, this is not the only time they've ever done a weekly release of a series. They did it with Violet Evergarden in specifically Singapore. But this is the first time worldwide that we're actually going to get something like this. Typically, Netflix will either have a show completely done already and release it worldwide, or they will do a release in Japan, even subtitled in Japan, but the actual global release of it would be a full dump several months later. So like I said, this whole idea, I don't know if this is something that was required of them in order to release this on their actual channel, or if it's something that was a hopeful change for the future, maybe a test bed for what people want, because we always scream about the fact that we want this stuff weekly released rather than it just be in Japan, and then some people go through other means to get it, or it just becomes irrelevant because it takes too long to get out. This is a huge change that I think is going to hopefully change how Netflix themselves handle this stuff going forward. Because obviously, I don't want this stuff to be stuck on Netflix and, like I said, lose its relevancy way down the line like it seems like most of these titles end up doing. Now, following that, the big question is going to be, is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean going to be a similar situation? They currently have it listed as December of 2021, but no other details other than that. Is that going to be a full dump release on that date, or is it going to be something where they'll again do a weekly release of it? I know that Way of the House Husband Part 2 is also listed for October 7th, but Way of the House Husband, the first part, was a full dump as well. It wasn't necessarily a weekly release. But either way, it's something that definitely need to keep an eye on. It's also one of those things where you kind of wonder if you should push people to say, hey, watch Blue Period on a weekly basis. That way Netflix sees that, hey, this is actually works. And it's kind of a conundrum there. I haven't really heard too much speak about Blue Period itself. So the question mark's going to be, is it going to be a series that people are excited about that would even go to see it weekly? Or is it a series that is under everybody's radar and thus nobody will watch it, and thus Netflix goes, why do we, have an entire team to do this on a weekly basis when nobody's watching it? So that people know what Blue Period is, it's essentially a series that was originally created by Tsubasa Yamaguchi. And Tsubasa Yamaguchi, previously known for doing the manga adaptation of Makoto Shinkai's She and Her Cat. The script work and series composition is going to be done by Reiko Yoshida, and Reiko Yoshida has actually done previous work with Naoko Yamada, who was known for doing the K-On! Series, as well as A Silent Voice and Liz and the Bluebird. But Reiko has also done work for Nanan Biori, as well as several other series, so she definitely has a lot under her belt. And Blue Period is about a second-year high school student, Yatora Yaguchi, is bored with his normal life. He studies well and plays around with his friends, but in truth, he does not enjoy either of those activities. Bound by norms, he secretly envies those who do things differently. That is until he discovers the joy of drawing. When he sees a painting made by a member of the art club, Yatora becomes fascinated with the colors used in it. Later, in an art exercise, he tries to convey his language without words, but instead through painting. After that experience, Yatora finds himself invested in art, and he decides that he wants to do it for a living. But there stands multiple obstacles in his way. His parents, who are hesitant over his unique choices, his more experienced peers, and the study of the subject much deeper than he initially expected. Again, if that sounds fascinating to you, or again, if you want to support the concept of Netflix going weekly, I think you probably should check it out. But yeah, that's the news. I hope you guys enjoyed this bit. If you did, leave a like down below, comment, and let me know what you thought of this news. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video if you can. Support us on Patreon if you can. And y'all take care.